Hey everyone, welcome back. So, I have a confession to make. In a recent video where I talked about a game called Life Makeover, I mentioned not liking the new banners in Infinity Nikki at all. In fact, let's play it back. I have been disappointed by the most recent and the upcoming banners in the game. The clothing styles are just really not my vibe.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah, in my defense, I didn't even look at the evolutions because I have yet to evolve a single thing in this game because of how many holes you need to spend. When I did see said evolutions, well, I've now evolved 2 whole outfits, both the 4 and 5 star. I'll be honest, I've been dying for a darker gothic type look, and even though this is definitely more gothic Lolita vibes, these evolutions did not disappoint. Though I am totally broke now, so we'll have to wait and see if I end up regretting this decision. But I even got the photo prop this time, so naturally, it's time for a Gothic Lolita photo shoot. I'm gonna take you through some of my favorite shots and the process we went through to get there. So, let's do it. Right off the bat, I have to say, this new prop is great for silhouette photography if you're interested in that. I just did a whole tutorial on silhouette photography, so if you need more of an explanation, definitely go check that one out. So we've already got our settings where we need them for the silhouette photography. Now we are just focusing on getting our pose correct and our composition correct. After a bit of minor tweaking, these are the photos that we came away with from this shoot. I was pretty happy with how these photos turned out. I really love taking silhouette photos. I think they're a ton of fun. So for this next shot, we are in the Queen's Palace area. First, we want to settle on our pose. Then I'm going to adjust my focal length and start to plan my composition. We're going to add a little bit of rotation here before going in to adjust for our aperture and then our contrast, brightness, highlights, and shadows. After that, we need to decide on our light source and then adjust from there. As we know, the light source is going to totally change the look and feel of your image, so after we finally decide on the vibe that we're going for, then we're going to go back and do some more minor adjustments, basically tweaking all of our settings like the vignette, soft light range and intensity, exposure, saturation, highlights, shadows, and contrast. I'm really liking the desaturated look and the muted colors here. It's exactly kind of what I was going for. The hardest part about this shot for me was trying to get those damn bats to look like bats when I snapped the photo. I actually got it like in the first one there and then kept going thinking I could get a better bat shape. But that slight delay when you take a photo can really take some getting used to. But here is the final image of that shot that we posted. I was pretty happy with how that one came out, all in all. And then I decided to try to do another one just in that same spot because I saw the moon, and anytime I see the moon and it could work for a shot, I'm like, ooh yes, let's use the moon. And then here is where I started to kind of try to use some filters or think that filters might actually be a really good option for this type of shoot that we're doing. Right after this, I literally went and unlocked all the filters that I could. I absolutely needed that sepia tone one, and some of the others work really well for this too. Anyway, here is that second photo that we posted from that same shoot. I actually think I like the first one better. I think it's more successful in a lot of ways, but this one has more likes, so go figure. This next one I did, I really love how it turned out. Unfortunately, I was not recording when I thought I was recording for this photo, so I don't have the process behind it, but I wanted to show you guys anyway. I just really liked it. So here you go. Sorry, next time I will make sure I am recording. For this next one, I was shocked to learn that you can actually pose on your bike for pictures. I'm pretty sure that's a new thing, but I was super excited about it. So for this next shot, we're going to be using the bike poses, and we're going to be using some of the filters that I unlocked and kind of messing with those a little bit. I kind of went back and forth on my lighting here and then deciding on a filter, but once I tried that sepia tone filter, that was exactly the look that I was going for with this shot. So after settling on that, it is time to work on our composition and our pose. I thought these bike poses were so freaking cute. I am so happy that they added that as an option. And here is the final shot that we came away with. Next, I thought it would be really cool to shoot with the ghostly playing piano here and a good opportunity to maybe try some more filters. I kind of wish I would have kept one of the more muted looks for this. I especially liked that reddish brown filter, but I ended up going with more of a blue and red color palette, a little bit more of a natural look. I was thinking about the blue from the window behind her and the red of her dress. Blue and red tend to look really good together, or at least I think so. So that's kind of the reason I went with that. I was definitely having a hard time deciding on the color palette for this photo, and looking back, I may have applied a different filter here, but here is the final photo that we came away with after doing some slight tweaking. I definitely feel it could have been better, but it's not a complete failure. This next one here is pretty basic. It's again me being drawn to the red of her dress and the blue of the sky behind her. We've taken that aperture way down, so all we see is those nice shapes in the background. And now we want to choose a light source that's really going to help Nikki stand out. That ambient edge light is really nice, but because this is a night shot and I kind of want to make it look like the moon light is shining down on her, we are going to go with a blue light here. And there is that final shot. As much as I love the 4-star, Nikki looks like a cute little Mad Hatter, it's time to switch it up to the 5-star and the 5-star evolved version because I love this black dress. So for this next one, I was really liking the torches and like the moths behind Nikki here, and I decided to use a filter to give it more of a dark and moody look. And for the next shot, I decided to bring it closer in and use that doorway back there to kind of frame her. I was getting a little burnt out on the blue and red, so instead of having a blue light on her, I decided to change it to a red light. And this is the shot that we came away with for that one. For the next shot, I was pretty set on doing like a sepia tone type thing. I really wish I had brightened the shadows in the background a little bit because behind her there's a bunch of those like orange leaves. That would have looked really nice. But for some reason I did it and didn't take the photo, so this is the one that we came away with. I thought I took it after adjusting and didn't, so we have a dark background, but that's okay. Next, I really wanted to try this prop from kind of all different angles. I thought a shot from the window side would be kind of cool because we can make it look like she's kind of like peering in the window. So I wanted to add a light source that would make sense for that scenario. Then I am just settling on a pose that I like, and we're going for that muted color look with pops of red. We've got that filter on also for a bit of a grainy look, and I really like this kind of vibe. I took this shot from a couple different angles, and here are the final shots that we came away with. And then here's two where I just decided to leave everything the same but take off that filter for more of a natural look. Next, I wanted to try a few more shots on the other side, on the other window where it has these awesome lights. If you take your aperture all the way down, it's going to give you these awesome bokeh circles in the background. For this first shot here, I decided to keep a natural white light, just a soft light on the front of Nikki's face. I was liking the natural colors for this one, with a little bit of blue and orange. I also thought trying some filters here would be kind of cool. And after applying that red filter and then going in for our minor adjustments, here are the photos we came away with from that. I really could not get enough of these lights in the background, so I did one more, no filter. And here is that photo that we ended up with. I absolutely love how this one turned out. And then of course we have to try a few inside of the prop. Honestly, I struggled with this a bit just because the space in here is kind of tight and I wasn't exactly getting what I was after. And because we just did so many colorful shots, I decided to go really muted with this one. It's almost full sepia tone, but you can still see slight tones of red. For this one, we've taken the saturation all the way down and then applied that first atmosphere filter there. I'm not loving the composition of the first couple shots. I do love that Bat plushie doll though. He was the main reason I pulled for these outfits, I think. But I really like the shots here where I zoom in super close to Nikki's face. I love the lighting. It's very soft, very fantasy-like, and I really like those lights in the background, or those soft bokeh circles. And then here are those final shots. I really like how these ones turned out. Since everything has been at night this far, I've decided to do one more sunset photo and make it a little bit different from the last one I showed you guys. So we've made our aperture as small as it can be, so we have a nice blurry background, and we've got this nice sunset color going on. Now we need to decide on our pose and composition. I took a few different shots here with a few different poses, and I could not decide which one I liked better. I was really liking them all, to be honest. I then just tried a few more shots at a couple different angles where the light is coming in from right behind her and it gives us this nice lens flare kind of effect. And here are my final shots from this shoot. To absolutely no one's surprise, I cannot get enough of the golden hour photos. And I just really like how all of these turned out. And last but not least, I had to take one more photo with the moon because I cannot get enough of it. At this point, it felt like a race for me to get my settings and my composition right before those clouds came in and covered that moon that I was trying so hard to capture. They ended up being nice to me though, and they cleared away, so they didn't ruin my shot at all, which was pretty awesome. I had a lot of fun with this photo shoot, I will say. And here are those last 3 shots. Alright, and that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at these photos with me and kind of going through the process a little bit. I'm pretty happy I pulled these outfits and the evolutions for them, but we will see in the next banner if that was a good decision or not. Something is telling me something that's even more my style is going to come out, and I'm going to regret it, but nonetheless, this was a fun photo shoot. Also, we got a really good prop out of it, so I am happy. Please, please, please share your thoughts in the comments with me. I would love to hear what you thought about these pictures. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, each and every one of you. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.